Hey everybody, it's Laura from Budget RX, and today we get to go over all of my expenses for June. So if you want to know where I spent all my money and watch me pull it out of my sinking funds and then go through and condense and audit all of my savings categories to make sure everything is as condensed and accurate as possible, then this is the video for you. Last video I made one mistake, and the two videos before that I made no mistakes. So I'm hoping I go back to the no mistakes, but usually it's pretty fun to try to figure out and call me out on the things that I do wrong. So if you like that, then watch closely. Okay, so we will start. We've got many categories and lots of money. I think this is the most I've ever spent in a month in the last year of me doing cash stuffing. In fact, this is my 1 year anniversary of cash stuffing and my YouTube channel. So thanks for being here, by the way. I'm happy to have all my new subscribers. So I am a physician. I am in Denver, Colorado, and I am a resident physician. So I am still in training. So I'm still very much in debt, but I'm starting to make a little bit of money. So yeah, welcome to my channel. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with a category called Nourish. This is a newer category, and this is my category for mostly groceries. I think I took some money out of this for some supplements, but usually supplements would come from a different category. Anyway, so I stuffed $320, which is what is here. And I spent, over the course of the month, only $166. So we do not have 166 here, so that's going to be fun. Okay, so this is 170. So we would need 4 back. Oh, you know what? The very first thing I'm actually supposed to do is see if we have any money to bring back to the bank, which I think there was only a little bit. That is, yeah, this one. Okay, so yeah, there's only $20 to go back to the bank. And so we will write that here. There's $20 going back to the bank. Let's see, 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s. Okay, now I need to make change. I think these are only 1s. I'll go to my mysterious envelope. All right, that equals 20. So we will exchange that. Okay, so now we would leave 4 here. All right, so that's gonna be all in, and I keep track of if I'm unstuffing prop or cash, how much of each. So this was 166. Somebody is going crazy with the leaf blower. I'm really sorry. Okay, so that's that. Go is next. Go is my transportation category. I don't have a car anymore, so this is all for other types of transportation. So I spent $283. That was, I bought some rollerblades for myself for my birthday. I rented a car over the weekend, like a weekend, and then I had 2 Uber rides. So in total, that was $283. So let's see, how much do I have in cash? 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20. So I don't have 283. So we'll do 2, and then I will get 2 back. So we're doing 2 in prop and 83 in cash. Wellness, I spent a lot of money in wellness as well. Let's find it. Here it is. Okay, so wellness, I spent $312. I got a humidifier. I got a big like light therapy light to use in the mornings to like wake up my brain and tell all my cells it's time to be awake, so I could reset my circadian rhythm and make that nice and strong in the morning. And then I also purchased a health app for a year that I'm using. So I've gotten really like serious about my health. I want residency to be successful. I want my brain to work as well as possible. I want to stay healthy because I got into some bad habits at the end of medical school. I didn't want to continue. So we need to take out 312. Let's see. 2, 20, 40. That's 300. Okay, so this is 312. So there should be 50 left. And that's correct. Okay. So we're going to do all in cash. That's very nice. Epithelium, I also spent a lot here. Okay, I spent $260. I got a blowout for my vacation. I got a lot of sunscreen and after sun kind of lotions because we went on a big cruise. I got a bunch of nail polish and I also got a bikini wax. So that was $260. Okay. 2, 20, 40, 60. So this is $260. We'll condense later. Let me just double check. That is $260. So that was also only in cash. And then we have wardrobe. Is that next? Wardrobe, I spent everything. And I even went over. So spent the Nordstrom gift card. So I got a bunch of clothes for work and some things for rollerblading. And so I took that out of my luxury boost category and my wardrobe category. And then I was negative still. I needed $30. So I had, because I promised myself if I ever go over in a month and I'm not able to make it up, I have to take that money out of my buffer category. So I have to take $30 out of my buffer. So we are returning 100 in prop and then 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 205. Okay. So nothing in wardrobe. Then we have, and okay, so everything finally settled. So I needed to get a new iPhone. So I sold a handheld ultrasound that I had. I'm a pathologist. I don't need an ultrasound for the work that I do. So I sold the ultrasound that my school gave me during medical school. I was able to sell that for $1,050. Well, after all the money that eBay took from me. And then I got a credit, $130 credit for giving them my old iPhone. And the total was $1,299. So in total, I just need to take out $119 from here. And that's how much I have to, how much I had to spend on my new iPhone. So 119, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, and then 9. Let's see, 1, and I need 10. Okay, 19. So that was only in cash. Okay, buffer, I'm taking out $30 from here, which should be all the cash. Yep. Okay, I already, and then smell goods. There it is. Smell goods, I spent $34 to get 2 new scent cartridges for my Pura. So 34, here's 4, 20, so that's 34. And then the last bit will be Luxury Boost, which I took all of this out. So that's 100 in prop, And then 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65 in cash. Okay, so altogether, I spent $16.74 out of my sinking funds, which is a lot. Now we're gonna make sure that we have the right amount of cash as our check number one. So first we're gonna figure out how much cash we added to the $20 that we put in here. So the prop money that we put was 400, so we don't have to worry about that. And then 1274, and 1274 plus 400 equals 1674, so that checks out. The total was 1674 minus prop is 400 equals 1274 plus 20 is 1294. So this should equal 1294. So we have 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s. $12.94. We are all good up to this point. And I like to check at each point so that if there's a issue, I know what area that mistake was made. Okay, so now we are going to check the totals of my big long-term savings binders and make sure that it's correct, and then condense and send money back to the bank and use placeholders for that money so that the money can be in the bank earning interest. So we'll start with Zodiac, and this is to save for a bunch of like health tests and like longevity stuff. And so we have 160, this is a placeholder for Aries. 205, this is money that's already been put in the bank. Okay, so Gemini, we're taking some money back. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 120 is gonna go back to the bank. So plus 120, and I'll write that here, and this will be the placeholder for Gemini. And then we just started Cancer, so we'll leave that one alone, but it does have 20 plus 20. And then we go back to Capricorn, 215 plus Aquarius, 180 plus Pisces, 140 equals 1040, which is true. So it is true. We're not taking any prop. We're just taking 120 to the bank. And that's Zodiac. Now we move on to our beauty binder, saving for laser treatments. And it should have 1160. So let's see. We've got 1,000. Oh yeah, so we finished this. This should be 200. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82. Awesome. So we're gonna send 200 to the bank. That, and I actually think I don't wanna use these placeholders in here because I already have the indication that it's done by taking out the lips. So I'm gonna take these 200 placeholders out to be used elsewhere. Yeah, okay. So that is 1,000, and so this should have 160. Okay, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60. So 160, so this is true. And we're gonna put 200 back in the bank. Now, Cosmos. This one's a little bit tricky. We'll just see if we're gonna be taking anything back to the bank. Because I've already taken some things back to the bank here and I haven't properly represented that money in this binder, and I need to do that. So that's my reminder to myself to do that for next month. So I have not finished this savings challenge. It's a scratch off. So that money is not going back to the bank. Save, but it will be condensed later. Or am I condensing now? Am I condensing? I guess I'm condensing. Okay. Okay, so we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 109. So there's 9, and then we actually could take this back to the bank. Why don't we do that? Okay, so we are going to, let's put 100 to the bank, and then I do want to keep track. Okay, so this was 109. Save 500. Okay, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. Okay, so there's 87 here. So most likely we'll do this for the 7. And then, so this should be 50. Yes. So we're going to take 50 back and exchange this for a 200. And then this is 237. So we're over halfway to 500 in this save 500 challenge. Okay, infinity. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So 115. So we'll take back 50. That. And then that's 1. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, buddy. Okay, so we have 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 73. Okay, so we're gonna need 3, and we're gonna need 20. Okay, so okay, this is $50. We are going to take 50 more back to the bank and get a 50. It's 73. Wait, it was 273. Okay. Planets. 18. 118, and nothing back to the bank for that one. Starbucks. Okay, so that's 27. So in total, that's 879. Which means something, there should be something like $405 in my savings bucket for my Cosmos binder. So I will find out if that's the case. Whatever it is, I will put it in here and fix it, hopefully by the end of next month. So that's Cosmos. And this is saving for like future robot, future car, like big, 10K. This is my, saving for a big trip when I graduate from fellowship training. I should have 1,220. So we have 1,000 in prop notes. And then this should be another 200, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82. And then here is my placeholder. I also owe 2 journal entries because I'm supposed to be putting journal entries in these. I have not printed this one out and I haven't written this one. So I will do that in the next week, hopefully before my next cash stuffing. So that is 1,200. So I got to make sure I have $20 in here. Looks like I do. May as well condense it while I'm here. And then my pet emergency savings binder, I'm supposed to have, oh yeah, back to the bank is 200. 420. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this money, like my lips binder, I'm going to pull out any cash. Okay, so we've got 50 here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that's 150. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that's 250. And then, so we're gonna take 250 back to the bank. Plus 10 is 260. Okay, so 250. So I'm missing $10. Don't know how that happened, but I will fix it. Okay, so we're taking 250 back. This is 410. Okay, so now supposedly I'm adding money back to the bank. I'm adding another 1,020. So 1,020 plus 1,294 equals, it should be 2,314. Okay, so we have 50s. We have 20s, we have 10s, we have 5s, we have 1s. Here we go. Two, 4, 7, 3. That is not correct. That one was wrong, so that was actually 84. So there's at least that. We know we're ending on the right thing. So then if that's the case, minus 2314 equals a difference of 160. There's an extra 160 in here. All right, so I will have to watch back on the Cosmos and hope that I somehow missed writing down 160 somewhere, or a combination of things that equals 160. That's annoying. Okay, so the real of it was 2314 plus 160. Okay, so then it's actually 2474. All right, now we move to sinking funds. All right, first off is emergency. It's supposed to have 1190 in it. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So that checks. So let's just condense this with 2 20s. So that's correct, and we're not moving anything to the bank. Nourish should have 154. 154. Excellent. We're gonna, those are my lucky 2s that my great grandfather gave me. Okay, mint is supposed to have 150. So we got 120, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, we're gonna take 50 to the bank. And then Go should have 362 in it. 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 62. Okay, so let's put, let's put 100 in the bank. So there will be 300 in prop. And this was accurate. So let's get 100. Okay, rental insurance should have 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, we'll keep one of these 5s, get a 20. Then wellness should have the 50 in it, and it does. This has 50. Okay. All right. Epithelium should have 340, so we got 250, 340. All right, so why don't we, I think I'm just gonna leave this. I'll just condense these 10s to a 20. All right, sanctuary should have 320, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, that's 320. Okay, so let's do 100 back to the bank so that there will be 300 in prop, and then that'll be like that, yeah. Let's see, wardrobe should have 0, and it does. Tech should have 300. Got 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100. Okay, so why don't we just take 100 to the bank, and then there will be 300 in prop. Fees should have 170. We have 50, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, and then that's 70, so that's 170. Let's do 100 back to the bank, so there'll be 150 in prop. Buffer should have 250, which it does. Just like that. Gifts should have 155, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 155, so that's accurate. Why don't we take back another 50, so there will be 100. 20, 46, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then let's get a 100, and then it's 1. Next is hobbies. Should have 950 in here. There's 8, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 50. Okay, so that's right. Let's take back another 100, so there will be 900 in prop. And then travel should have 170, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay. So why don't we do 150 back to the bank? Then puppy should have 1280. Got 12, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right, let's do another 50 here. And then in total, it will be 1250 in prop. Smell goods should have 250. And it does. Let's get a 200 out of that. And we'll just leave it like that. 9 spirits should have 150. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 150. Let's do another 50. So the total will be 100. Okay. Then holiday should be 165. This is holiday boost. 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65. So that's accurate. All right, let's do 50. 165. So we'll put 50 in the bank, which will leave it with 150. Luxury boost should have 0, and it does. Football should have 85. Those are my star notes. 70, 75, 80, 85. Okay. And then splurge should have nothing, and it does. All right, so that is definitely some more room there for next month's cash stuffings. Now, let's find out how much should be going back to the bank. 900. Okay, so 900 plus 2474 equals 3,374 is what this should be. All right, so we've got 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s, 1s, and 2s. 2s equal $4. $3,374. Thank goodness, because I did not want to recount those 20s. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now I take back this $3,374 back to the bank. Actually, these 4 are going to go back in my mysterious envelope. And some of these dollars probably will as well, because I like to keep some extra dollars in for when I need them during cash stuffing. If I figured out where this 160 came from, I will definitely be putting that in the video. If I don't, I'm still unsure, and if you know, please let me know. Thanks for hanging out today. Say hey in the comments, and I will see your lovely selves on Saturday for my first cash stuffing of July. And also, for those of you in the United States, happy Independence Day. For those of you not in the United States, I hope that you are experiencing beautiful freedom wherever you are. Freedom and liberty are very beautiful things. This is one of my favorite holidays because of that. I like to celebrate the freedom to choose who you are, the freedom to choose self-improvement, the freedom to choose getting control of your finances so that you have more freedom later. Financial freedom is one of the most powerful things, so I'm a big fan of freedom. All right, take care. Bye.